It's perhaps been a while since you've caught up with our Liam. Well, if you remember, he passed his scout initiation with flying colors and was immediately thrown into the thick of a sea rat invasion on his village, Lilyglow. He made his way through the village and to the catacombs, where he bravely saved some locals from the rats' clutches. But then came Scumsnout. He was a nasty were-rat if ever there was one of Clooney's own commanders, sent to pillage the countryside before Clooney himself came for Redwall soon after, in the summer of the late Rose. Scumsnout and his sea rats wrought havoc on the little village, and Liam's betrothed Sophia was bitten by the monster's poisonous maw. Infection soon flared, but Liam had a mission first, straight from Captain Robin himself. Get to the Lily Grove lighthouse and light it. The light would warn the surrounding countryside of the attacks and call for much-needed reinforcements. Scumsnout chased him the whole way, but Liam was too crafty for him. He reached the lighthouse just in time, and as Scumsnout pursued him to the top, he was blinded by the lighthouse's beam, and his mighty tail knocked Liam off his feet and sent him falling out the window to a perilous fate.
By George, Brother Jethro, you sure have put together a fantastic midsummer play. The rehearsal looked just magical.
Oh, well, it would have been even more so had you waited to sneak a peek until its debut tomorrow night.
Can you blame us? We heard that music and we just had to take a look.
I do believe it be too tempting to ignore.
I can't wait to see the rest of it at the festival. If I'd known you were such a storyteller, Brother Jethro, I'd have come south sooner.
Well, Captain Barker, I'm only passing the tale along. I've heard you've got an exciting tale about Finn and Fiona.
Oh, Brother Jethro, if you keep letting the boy have his nightmares, never are my remedies going to work.
Nightmares?
Oh, I caught him in the library, grabbing at that spyglass of yours again. Might have cracked his noggin had I not gotten there in time.
Ouch! Oh, my head! Is that the sound of battle? But who's fighting the rats? The villagers fled!
That's not how it ends.
But, well...
The legendary scope hikes you right here and now.
Tussa?
Legendary? You haven't seen Legendary.
That's it!
Is that Liam Eagle Eye? I can't believe it! I thought no mouse could survive that fall.
I'm just as surprised as you are. I'm not dreaming, am I?
Not this time. Get your head together, Eagle Eye. We've got rats to defeat.
Why don't you run back to the sea while you still can?
I'll never run from a mouse.
Very well, but I assure you, you're going to regret this. Thank you, Liam. I'm grateful to see you alive and well, and I'm sure Sophia will be too.
Is Sophia all right? Where is she?
Sophia's waiting for us at the dock. She's alive, but I fear her health is waning. There should only be a few vermin left now. Let's dispatch them quickly and meet up with Sophia as soon as possible.
I've seen toads with more skill than this lot.
Run back to your little mousy hole, you mousies.
I don't think I'm enjoying your tone, Mr. Mouse.
Why don't you just give up already, huh?
Not if we have anything to say about it.
Not like a couple of little micey.
Why, thank you, Liam. Those two are giving us a run for our honey, that's for certain.
You two all right?
Just fine and dandy. Though, I think you're making us senior scouts look bad, Liam. Going around saving the day for us.
Come on, you two. Robin said to meet up at the dock.
Her fever's getting worse, Liam. I fear we don't have the resources to help her here. But you've lit the lighthouse, and because of that, more defenders are being rallied from the woods. Well done!
Thank you, Captain Robin. But what are we going to do about Sophia? Scumsnout's still up on the lighthouse, and she seems to be getting worse by the second. We can't stay here.
No, you can't. That's why we've prepared the boat for you here. Take Sophia across the bay to Old Moss Creek. The creek is too rough to row, especially upriver, so you'll have to get out, find a path, and make your way to the Winsome Wraith.
The Winsome Wraith? But isn't that where...
Stoats, yes. One of whom is my oldest friend, and the best healer you'll ever meet on this side of Redwall. Find Valo Scrimpaw. Tell him Robin sent you, and he'll help Sophia. I'm sure of it.
Ready for an adventure, Soph?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Before you go, Liam, Frayby is ahead of you on his way to the Winsome Wraith as well.
Frayby? He's business with the Stoats too?
He's carrying with him a special key known as the Tangram, but I fear the rats know about it. Or at least they know it could be valuable to them, and they're right. But we can't risk them finding it, which is why it must be delivered safely to the hand of Valo Scrimpaw. It'll be safe with him. Go now, then, and get Sophia to the Winsome Wraith.
Practicing your scout's call?
Of course. I always found the Scout's whistle code to be the neatest thing as a dippet. Now I get to use it myself. Don't forget the rhyme. Once to follow, twice to come, thrice for danger, 4 times none.
How could I possibly forget? Frayby uses the whistle as often as he can, even to call us for supper. It's rather annoying, actually. So, how are you holding up, my love? How many whistles?
I'm fine. Why do you ask?
Soph,
What?
you don't have to hide from me, remember?
Okay. I suppose I'm not completely fine. It's just this fever's got my head a bit dizzy and I'm worried about the dark forest and what we might find inside. Sorry, Liam, I just don't want to burden you.
Sophia, we are not going to die. And you couldn't be a burden if you tied yourself to my foot.
Well, thanks.
Liam had never seen his Sophia like this. He desperately wanted to make her feel better. But how? What could lift her spirits? He knew Sophia, above all else, cared about her community and her relationships. But she also found confidence in her own strengths, to the point where it was difficult for her to admit her weaknesses. Perhaps this knowledge could help him find something encouraging to say.
Oh, come on now. You're Sophia Ryemaid. There's nothing you can't do.
Thanks, Liam. I'm glad I have you. I suppose I don't like being the one injured scout. Especially being new and all. It makes me feel so incapable. I do hope the rest are all right with that monster still in Lily Grove.
They have each other, and that's what matters. There's no better team than the Scouts of Lilygrove.
You're right, of course. We've got to keep moving forward. I suppose we'll meet plenty of rats along our path too, do you think?
Well, if we do, we'll figure it out, won't we?
Your optimism always reminds me that everything will be all right. Probably. I hope Frayby's as cheerful as you right now. He's all by himself out there.
Frayby's as tough as you are. He knows what he's doing.
You're right, darling. I do hope we see him soon. I wonder if the Stoats of the Winsome Wraith are as friendly as Captain Robin seems to think they are.
Even if they're not, we can resolve to be friendly, can't we?
Yes, you're right, as usual. I just don't want to be such a burden to you and the other scouts.
You're much too strong to ever be a burden, my love.
I love you too, Liam. Thank you. I'm just looking forward to this all being over, and then we can finally hold our wedding ceremony.
Right. Finally.
Is everything okay?
I love you so much, Sophia. Really, I do. But, well, I suppose I've just realized that I may be just as afraid of marriage as I am of these rats. Maybe it's just that this last day and a half has been so chaotic, but... is that ridiculous?
Of course not, darling. I'm nervous too, but I think that's normal.
I suppose it's something we just need to think about long and hard before we make a solid decision.
Thank you for being honest with how you feel, Liam. We're in this together, and no matter what, I love you.
I love you too, Sophia Ryemaid. But for now, let's focus on what's right ahead of us. We've reached the shore. I smell a campfire on the wind. To the north. If we head upriver, we can find it and make camp.
Liam, how much further do you think it is to the campsite?
Not far. Can you smell it in the breeze?
Yeah. Yeah, sure I can.
Are you hurting that bad?
No. I'm fine. Entirely fine.
Sophia, I'm worried about you.
I told you I'm fine, Liam.
We left a box out here.
What's the matter, Liam?
Oh, nothing's the matter. I just wanted to tell you, I hope you know that I love you.
I know, Liam. And I love you too. This event just got me thinking about the first time we ever met. Do you remember?
Of course I remember. But let's reminisce later.
Ah, of course. Scout on, dear.
Sophia, I can't stand to hear you in pain any longer. What can I do to help?
Liam, I can't keep scurrying around like you are. And maybe there's another way. You could go on ahead and find a better path.
What? I can't! What if the rats find you?
We don't have a choice, Liam. Scout ahead like the wondrous scout you are. Find a smooth path. Then come back and lead me through it.
Perhaps I could be of assistance?
Huh? Who's that? Reveal yourself!
My. I beg your pardon, young scout. I had no intention of alarming you.
Albert? What in the name of Martin are you doing all the way out here?
I fled with a group of woodlanders from Lilygrove, but alas, I was separated from them in all the hullabaloo.
It's wonderful to see you, Albert. You look rather put together. What for a village mouse out in the snowy woods all alone?
Well, a tailor can't change his stripes now, can he? But what about you, dear Sophia? I'm sorry to say you're not looking quite your best. If I overheard correctly, you were having trouble.
Yes, well... Oh no, that's all right, Albert. We're quite fine. No need to bother you.
I mean, I wouldn't say we're entirely fine. Truth is, Albert, I've been bitten by a wererit, and my shoulder's, well, a bit of a mess. Liam needs to scout ahead to find a route to travel upon, but he won't leave me alone, although I can certainly take care of myself.
Perhaps you might stay with Sophia while I find a proper path.
I was going to suggest the very thing, my good mouse.
Very well, then. Albert, please keep an eye on Sophia.
Hear, hear.
Now, go on, my love. Get scouting.
How can I get across?
I do hope so, young scout. I would be devastated.
No, I hadn't read the first time. Certainly it's here.
How can I get across?
I would be devastated to find they had been captured by those bandits.
Hup.